and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye. Yeah, so about that, I uploaded that video earlier today, thinking, ain't no way there's not gonna be anything until Wednesday, right? You know, we're done. We had our Tinto maps on Friday. I did the responses to it on Monday. Everything's fine. We can just wait until Wednesday. Then we get the colonization dev diary, and everyone is happy. I went and picked up my son from school. It was his first day at big school today. I'm very happy, very proud of him. That was at 3:45. Then I had to go to the shops and do some other errands, but I just look online now, and they've uploaded another map. We've got the midweek maps already. I wasn't expecting these yet. We have midweek maps. This is entirely new. Well, it's not exactly entirely new, but we now have some midweek maps. This was uploaded about 2 hours ago for me now. But how about we just get into it and have a look at what is on offer in the North Atlantic. Hi there, map lovers. There won't be a proper Tinto maps this week, so why didn't you put this out on Friday? And then it could have been a proper Tinto... Whatever. Bank holiday in Spain. Won't be available to address and reply to the feedback properly. However, we thought it'd be a good idea to show some extra maps that hadn't been properly covered in previous Tinto maps, but that makes sense and it isn't as feedback intensive as an entire region. Today we're showing the islands of the North Atlantic, from Greenland and Iceland in the north to the Azores, Madeira, Canaries, Cabo Verde in the south. And we got this lovely thing that will not fit on one screen. It doesn't fit on my screen, and I have the screen slightly zoomed in for YouTube. Certainly doesn't fit on there either. But what this does show is, these sea lanes, which I am still very cautiously excited about using, because they are something completely new to Paradox Games. I don't think you're able to put your ships here. It's just not possible. They're going to have to go in the lanes. And then, of course, there's a little bit of Newfoundland as well. So, countries. Greenland and Iceland are both subject nations to the Kingdom of Norway and are represented like that, while the other Atlantic islands are not under the control of any country, and therefore not shown here. So literally 2 countries. We have beaten the record of the Maghreb, and we've gone even lower. Greenland and Iceland. Fair enough. Locations. Okay, this is unfortunate. This is something that I thought probably would have been addressed, but we've already seen Iceland, and after we saw Iceland, there was a very extensive thread on why the southern coast should actually be modeled and be shown and have, territory there. It's not complete wasteland, uninhabitable nothingness, and even during the period of the game, people lived in the south. So I feel like, having the southern coast have some territories is probably better than just this huge wasteland. This feels a little bit wrong to me. And then for Greenland, we got 3 groupings of provinces. The middle, eastern, middle, and western settlements. Very cool. This one I'm slightly more okay with, because this is like, Greenland's freaking hellhole for sure. The Azores has 4 locations as of right now. So we've got 1 up there, 1 down there, and then 2 in the middle. Very cool. And then Madeira has 2. Sorry, no, it doesn't. That's just the 1 location. But it has 2 sea zones around it, which is interesting. But they're going to review the sea zones and make it just a single sea zone. Maybe this used to be 2, but then it's gotten changed since, potentially. Canary Islands, though, 6 locations as of right now. I have no idea which one I was on. I do know which one I was on. I've been to Lanzarote twice, but I don't know which one of these islands is Lanzarote. So, yeah, I'm going to pretend that I know that it's this one. I'm probably wrong. But either way, I've been to Lanzarote twice. It's a very nice place. My sister broke her arm there. It's very funny. Moving on, we have the Cabo Verde Islands. They're comprised of 5 locations. Very cool. Fogo, Santiago, bloody something, Boa Vista, Sao Nicolau, and Sao Antao. Cool. As for provinces, really only Iceland and Greenland would you really be looking at those. But we got the Farthings, makes sense. We've got in Greenland, we've got actually 4 locations, or 4 provinces, I should say. Very nice. Moving into the south, Azores, Madeira, Canaries, and Cabo Verde have 1 province each. And then we got some terrain. We got Arctic, that makes sense. We got a little bit of continental, so, you know, good job there. Lots of ocean going on as well. Naturally, some mountains, hills, and flatlands. This is all uncolonizable, so I suppose it makes sense that it does not have really any terrain topography. We have sparse in woods, some grasslands, sparse over there in Greenland as well. Lots of ocean. I think these are mountainous islands, and then there's some sparse, I think. Coastal oceans and narrows, makes sense. And then we're going back to the start, I think, on that one. But yeah, okay. Moving on, lots of arid here. I think this is continental. But that makes, yeah, it looks alright. I don't think there's too much here in the way of, like, information. Like, these are uncolonized. I don't think there's even anyone living there. I think it's mostly about Greenland and Iceland here that we've got any, you know, information at all. But we've got, obviously, the natural harbors, so Keflavik. I'm pretty sure Reykjavik, is that this one? Is that Reykjavik right there? I thought it was on the other side of, no, it is right there, Keflavik and Reykjavik. We've actually got a very decent harbor over in Greenland here, and then if I drag over, you can see Godtheb. Never been able to pronounce that. This is also a natural harbor. Natural harbors for the Azores, Madeiras, Cabo Verde, it's all pretty terrible except this one territory. Culture-wise, it's all Icelandic. It's all Icelandic all the way around. On the other Atlantic islands, they're not inhabited, with the only exception being the Canary Islands, which are populated by Guanches, groups of Berbers that settled these islands some centuries ago. Very cool. As for religions, Iceland and Greenland are Catholic places. It's recorded that even an Icelandic bishop attended the Fourth Council of the Lateran in 1215. I do imagine, though, there will probably be some Norse pops, potentially. I mean, we know there are Norse pops in Sweden. Not very many of them, but there are some there. So I would imagine it's not 100% Catholic, is my guess. Guanches have an animist religion. This is still a work in progress. This is not final. As for raw materials, look at all them fish in Iceland. All them fish in Iceland, and they still had to come down and steal the British fish. This is unconscionable. Unconscionable. And before anyone has a go at, there being ivory in Iceland, oh, the woolly mammoth. It's not woolly mammoths. It's bloody walrus, my guys. It's walrus. And over here, wool, fish, stone, a bit of ivory. Yep. No very desirable goods of the north, the only exception being ivory extracted from narwhals. I guess that also works. Narwhals, I honestly didn't know were actually real up until like 5 or 6 years ago. I thought they were literally a Pokemon. Not gonna lie. But yeah, narwhals, fish with a single spike on its head, makes sense. Most of the resources in the islands are fish, with the sugar location in Madeira. It's placeholder, they've yet to make an event about that, and salt in one of the islands of Cabo Verde. As for markets, we've got Skalholt, and Garðr, which is cool. And then population, 46,000 in Iceland. It's roughly the same as is there today, not gonna lie. Everyone knows everyone because they're all related to each other. I have Icelandic friends. I'm allowed to say that. It's fine. Population-wise, this is how it's spread out. I feel like this might. I mean, is this? Oh no, it is completely uncolonized. Right. This is the only area that's colonized right now. This is just available to be colonized. moving into the Canaries. These are the populations there. But yeah, quite a quick one for the North Atlantic Islands. I was not expecting any map post today, so this is a nice bit of a surprise. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Let's see if there's any interesting responses just yet, because I'm probably not going to be making a Tinto responses video about this one, I would imagine, unless there's like a ton that come in the next, few days. Does this mean no Tinto maps feedback this week? Nope. Maybe next week. A few questions. Why are there no natives in Greenland? No evidence of the Thule culture inhabiting the same areas as the Norse. Although some contacts are reported apparently they're present more to the north of Greenland. They have to review a bit the sea zone maps. Madeira is one location. Orkil or Orkine was a type of dye exploited by the Guanches. Dyes in the Canaries, that's why that is there. No Norse in Iceland, Greenland. If sources of Norse presence in the 14th century are found, maybe. I mean, you have them in Sweden. Like, Iceland is way more likely to have them than Sweden. They just, didn't write it down. A screenshot of the Faroe Islands that are not in any other Tinto maps. I have no idea what Faroe is. Oh, this is Orkney and Faroes. Okay. That's helpful for the map Frankensteins. Very nice. Shetlands and Orkney and... what do they call this one? Torshavn? Thor's Harbor. Or Thor's Sea. Very cool. I like it. Got some more maps in there. Very cool. I like it. Arctic or continental. Very nice. Different colors on that, but I imagine that's just a bug that we've seen before as well. Sparse. Makes sense. What is this map supposed to be? Faroe 8. Okay, Faroe 8 it is. Wool, fish, makes sense. Just out of curiosity, how many levies can Greenland raise? 28 dudes. Oh my gosh. Also adding the population maps. Very, very kind of them to go in there. No, why no natives in Greenland? There are natives in Greenland, the Icelandic people living there at the time. That's a fair point. The Kalalit is thought to have migrated into Greenland shortly after the start of the game. Alright, I wasn't aware of that. Seems strange to have Norse populations spread so thinly. Wouldn't it make more sense to have them concentrated in a very limited number of settlements? Also, according to the wiki, by 1337 the Inuit are definitely colonizing the north. I'm guessing that means Vesterbygd province should get some spread out Inuit. No, they'll appear in Vesterbygd soon after the start of the game. Very cool. Well, that is the Tinto Maps post. I'll just do a quick refresh. There's nothing new there. Lovely stuff. I wasn't expecting this. I am very happy that we got this little map post. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And now, I will see you on Wednesday. Subscribe if you want to, know how to colonize these areas, because I'll be going over that. See you then. Bye-bye.